This is what we live for. This is what we worked hard for. Okay, we ain't giving it up. We are not freaking giving this up. You gotta freaking fight. You gotta fight.
Welcome back to the Boot Tragedies, man. As you know, the NBA draft lottery was last night. The Pelicans ending up with the Lakers pick, and that pick came in at number 8, which is it's a solid pick, especially it's not even your pick, so you're getting it from the Lakers there. Solid pick, another lottery pick, top 10 pick for the Pelicans, who has drafted well, honestly, over the last couple years. So adding another pick to the repertoire. Don't know what they'll do with it as of yet, but adding another top 10 pick, that's always a good thing, especially, after you made the playoffs this past year. This draft, it's not the deepest draft on paper, but I'm never with that. I'm never really it's not really a deep draft on paper, this and that. Because if you just look at the Pelicans last year, man, you got Herb Jones, second round pick. You got Trey Murphy, number 17 pick. You got Jose Alvarado, undrafted. So that's 3 guys just right there that was a huge part of this team, played a huge part in the playoffs, getting to the play-in, and all of those things. So I'm not really too big on, it's not a super deep draft. I think when people say that, they're really only talking about the first 3 to 4 or 5 players. Those players probably aren't as good, as some other drafts. But usually the tail end of the draft is always, kind of the same. The biggest question, with this draft is, will the Pelicans keep this pick or will they trade this pick? There are definitely going to be teams in the trade market. The Pelicans definitely have some guys that's I would call assets that they can trade. Some guys that are, deals are coming up. So the trade market is going to be in play for the Pels, this upcoming season, especially with Zion almost being ready for extension and things like that. So some pieces will have to be moved and some decisions will have to be made on some of these players. Now, I'll put this list up of some guys that's around that 15 to 20 million mark that the Pels will end up basically trading for, with the guys that's been in trade rumors in the number 8 pick. And off the list, I like Gary Trent Jr. From Toronto. I like OG Anunoby from Toronto as well. Other than that, if Jonathan Isaac wasn't hurt and, played in the last 2 years, he would be a good pickup. Van Fleet would be a good pickup, but I wouldn't do all that for him. I just think he was a overpaid player. He just had a nice little run during their championship. Then you got guys on here that won't be moved. But if you follow me, my number 1 option would be Malcolm Brogdon, man. He's a perfect player for this Pelicans team just because he can do everything on the court. He's an elite defender. He's a good passer, dribbler, rebounder. The man was in a 40, 50, 90 club, which is 40% from 3, 50% from the field, and 90% from the free throw line. The names in that club are not just no slouches. It's like Kyrie Irving, Larry Bird, Dirk Nowitzki, Steve Nash. That's a tough club to make, and he's in that club. Maybe Steph's in that club too, if I had to guess. But yeah, man, that's a tough club to be in. He made that club a couple years ago with the Bucks. Obviously, you're not going to make that club with the Pacers just because the spacing and stuff isn't there. But if you can add that shooting, that playmaking, that rebound, that defending with CJ, Brandon Ingram, Zion, Herb, Val, so on and so forth, I think he'll be a super good pickup. But the Pels may not trade this pick. They may, decide, hey, we've been building through the draft. Let's keep building through the draft. Let's keep getting better that way. My only problem with that is you have 3 guys that cracked the rotation from the draft last year. You try to add a couple more guys, it's just not playing time for these guys. With Zion coming back, everyone else coming back. Now you're adding CJ to the mix. Kyle Lewis maybe coming back. It's just so much going on that I really don't think this is the year to add young guys. Sometimes you just need a break from the young guys because it just won't be minutes available, and it's really not even roster spots available because it's going to be 3 roster spots available. But we'll see what they do. The playing time won't be a lot, so getting a number 8 pick that may have to sit. He just may have to sit and not play. And you don't want to have a top 10 pick that don't play. So if you can trade it for a vet guy that's going to help you, give you a chance to win. Because, they made the playoffs last year with no Zion. I know they snuck in through the play-in game, but with no Zion, Brandon Ingram missing games, CJ coming halfway through the year, I think they can really make a big splash. So the decision will be, man, do we go all in at a playoff run this year, or do we keep building through the draft? We'll yet to see what David Griffin decides on that, man. What do y'all think? What the Pelicans should do? And, man, who y'all think we should trade for, if anyone? Let me know in the comments below. As always, this is the Boot Tragedies, and I'm out.